Welcome back to the RTF podcast, where we refresh your feed so you don't have to. My name is Matt, his name is Matt, and you're watching episode 43. Okay, Matt, we're back. Another week.
Hey, how are you, Matt?
Good. I'm chilling. Actually, I'm warm this time.
It is
not chilling.
9 degrees right now.
Yeah, we're not chilling.
This is fantastic.
A lot of excitement around the hot weather. Obviously, we're dying for a couple weeks. Now that things are starting to look bright, actually.
Yeah, right?
Everything's looking a little brighter.
Yeah.
On the horizon. A little bit of everything. I kind of want to just get into it. All aspects, pretty much, at least for us, I would say. Fitness, the weather, overall, like, lifestyle, life moves, career moves, like, things are just, like... Quiet on the fucking set. Quiet on the fucking set. If you're, I'm not cutting it out. I'm not cutting that out. I'm not cutting. I gotta keep that. I have to keep that. Shoveling the snow off the fucking sidewalk.
Yeah, there's snow going on outside.
Oh my god. Just the level of disappointment initially. Oh my god. Okay. What was I saying again?
Everything was going great, and all of a sudden we got Jack the Snowman outside shoveling the snow, like Frosty
Jack Frost.
No, yeah, there it is.
Jack Frost.
Jack the Ripper.
Jack Frost.
There it is.
Yeah, so February's a good month.
Yeah.
Spirits are high. It's not dark as much anymore.
Yeah, it's not
nice time of the day.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good time. We talked last week a little bit about the Super Bowl and things like that. I want to know if you saw the Doctor Strange trailer at halftime.
I did see it.
I think it was before halftime.
It was like during the Super Bowl. I did see it.
Oh no, I think it came out before the Super Bowl on YouTube. But they did play it. They did play it during the Super Bowl.
Well, it was a different trailer apparently. Like it was like modified. I saw there was two different versions or whatever. But I did see it.
Crazy.
Can we talk about
yeah.
spoilers?
It's not really spoilers. The trailer's on YouTube. So.
If you didn't see the trailer, what are you doing?
Yeah, just go watch it. It's actually sick.
Okay, first and foremost, I know a little bit about what's going on. Apparently like the Marvel Illuminati or something.
Yeah. It's like there's like so many like conspiracies and things like that, but basically the trailer just sets up the movie for everything to just be like a mind fuck. Like more or less, just basically like trippy next level visual effects, like all this like crazy plot twists and different, and now he brings Wanda in, right? So there's like this whole like dynamic going on with like Sorcerer Supreme and the witch. I forgot her name, Scarlet Witch, and all that. And
I never watched. I was just waiting because I wanted to watch like the movies and stuff before and like just go in order. Kind of fell off, so I didn't watch WandaVision yet. But obviously, like I know like it has to deal with, so I have to go watch it.
I feel like somewhat, but not as much. I feel like it's not make or break.
Yeah.
But you definitely have to like know of the events in WandaVision.
Understand what she like, where she's coming from more.
Yeah. So, I would advise like for anyone watching it to watch it. The biggest. Have you watched What If?
No, I literally.
That you have to watch.
Yeah, so that's the whole point where it's like I was going through the movies and I was watching them and I literally got to, I think I watched Infinity War. And I finished watching Infinity War, and then I've seen Infinity War and Endgame and all that kind of stuff in theaters and stuff, but it's just in my like watch through. I stopped at Endgame for some reason. Don't know why. I mean, it's also a long movie, but so I just haven't sat down and watched it, and then like all of that stuff came after, like literally. Yeah, that's great. So I didn't see Loki. I didn't see the Winter Soldier. I didn't see WandaVision. I watched the first two episodes of Hawkeye, and then I haven't watched anything else since.
Yeah.
Because like I just.
But you watched No Way Home.
Yes.
Yeah. So like, there's a couple other ones. There's like Black Widow's in there, Shang-Chi's in there.
I watched Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi was good.
Shang-Chi was fantastic. Actually,
it was actually a
great movie.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of different components. I was like I do the deep dive usually and go into the breakdowns, all the YouTube videos and shit like that. I personally think that like this film is gonna be sort of like the blockbuster that Spider-Man was. Just like
not as big, or
because like WandaVision got such a great reception, and then now she's gonna be like literally the support or the main actress in this film, right?
She's gonna be there. She's gonna be prevalent
the whole time basically. So it's gonna be like people that loved WandaVision are gonna be in it, and people that like maybe aren't so big of fans of Wanda are in it for Strange, and it's just gonna be like a big like combination of worlds, which I'm like super excited about. And like I was saying, like you have to watch What If, because in What If there's like the one episode is literally like it's literally the movie.
Yeah.
It's literally the movie. Like there's one episode where they like go into like many different possibilities of what had happened, and he broke his hands, a bunch of shit. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna spoilers, but
at this point it's been out for so long.
Yeah, so long.
It's like I did it myself where I didn't watch it, so it's like if you talk about it, it is what it is. But like, yeah.
One thing that saddens me though is I think that like there's no real like big Marvel movie planned.
Yeah.
Aside from like obviously there are big Marvel movies like Spider-Man was whatever.
Essentially, what you're saying is like
no Avengers movie.
Yeah, like before where it's like, oh, like we have these movies coming out, and then there's an Avengers coming out in like 2 years or whatever, and everybody's hyped. Like, it's like,
you know what I mean? Like there's none of that yet. I think the biggest one that I'd be hyped for besides Doctor Strange is probably like Thor: Love and Thunder is another big one that I'd be interested in. But like that Avengers movie is like the big like attraction. It's like the big main attraction that like people wait years for, and like all these other little ones are just building up to that, right? And I think that's like a big mistake for Marvel, unless they're planning something beyond like greater in the next couple of years, right? But those movies are notorious for like, okay, who's the strongest Avenger? Like you see them all in their own individual movies, and then you go to watch the Avengers one, and it's like, okay, which one's the best? Now I saw Hulk, I saw this, I saw that, and now I want to see them all together, right?
I mean, you definitely know, like, I mean, this is like completely obvious, but they definitely had a plan from the beginning of Phase 1. So it's like you have to kind of just trust the writers in that regard to just do things the way they need to at their pace, because look at the way the first 4 phases of Marvel like turned out.
Yeah, but I feel like that, like how you said there was a plan from Phase 1, I feel like there wasn't this far in advance.
No, it was definitely like towards Endgame. Like that was the.
I don't even think they wrote that far, bro.
No, it was why. Like there were definitely ideas. I don't think they wrote every like little detail, but I definitely think there was like, oh, this is where our story starts, like the Thanos saga, I guess, because that's all like tied into itself. That's where it starts. This is where it ends. Let's put things in between to make it make sense.
Yeah. I feel like they just like. A lot of it has to do with like the chronological order of the comics.
Yeah.
And how they like manipulate that, and how they change the way the comics are done and things like that, right? So it's like super interesting to watch. But I was gonna ask you, like out of all of them, I kind of know who your favorite is. Okay. I'm not gonna take a guess, but like which one do you think is the strongest right now? Like knowing what you know.
Like Avenger?
Yeah. Or just character, because they're not necessarily an Avenger anymore.
Wouldn't it be Wanda? Isn't she literally the strongest at this point?
Yeah.
She broke the stone. So like.
She cracked the code. Yeah.
What?
She's cracked. She's cracked.
Trying to like she
broke the Mind Stone.
So wouldn't that technically be?
Technically.
Yeah.
But like
Doctor Strange is definitely like up there close.
Yeah. Right.
What he can do like.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking more like. It's probably like Wanda and then Strange, and then maybe like Vision is technically dead, but like Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
unless I'm missing one.
Super OP. She was, or maybe there was like a variant of her in the trailer. Possibly people were. I was like seeing speculation.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's fucked though. It's gonna get crazy. To think of like where superhero films and like superhero like comic books and like Comic-Con, and there was always like this big hype around comic books and shit like that, but never to this extent.
No.
Where you have like your own exhibition at like Disney.
Yeah.
There was always like Superman and Batman, and even like our parents' ages in the 80s, and there's all those comics and then the movies, but it was never like this massive.
No, never.
Like the highest grossing film ever and all this shit, right? So I'm kind of curious, like what, like the way I think of things is like the 80s had the Superman, the Batman, and you were like, holy shit, this is dope. But like, I wonder what in like 10 to 15 years what this Marvel hype and stuff would be like. If it's still Marvel, if it's even like still the characters, if it dies and something else is born, or like people draw their attention to something else, or you know what I mean? Like
it could very much be we can come to a swap, because when we were kids, and especially when I'm a couple years older than you, so when I was a kid, I was always watching DC animated everything.
Yeah,
that was like my favorite stuff. Like I've always been
the Green Lantern was huge. I really liked the Green Lantern.
Not even just like the Justice League from like, it's the same Batman. He has his own show, and then he had the Justice League. He had the pointy ears, but he had the long pointy ears and like the really big chin.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So like I always grew up watching that, and then they had their own individual shows, and they had the Justice League, and I'm pretty sure they had a couple other spin-offs and whatnot, but like that was how I grew up. So we very much see like a reset for the DC movie universe, which is absolutely atrocious right now.
Yeah. It's fucked.
Which is just so sad, because it's like the Batman films came out
so
good, and then we had the Flash film that apparently was coming out. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like
the TV series was way better apparently. The Flash TV series.
Even that though too. Like I was a huge fan of like the Arrowverse, because it started with Arrow, Green Arrow, and then the Flash came out, and then a whole bunch of other stuff like kind of came out. And I watched it for a very long time, but then just CW politics kind of ruined things.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I get that.
I like there's been seasons going on, and like I didn't watch the finale of Arrow. Don't care.
That's fucked though. You watch everything but the finale.
I haven't watched. No, it was just like the last like 2 seasons of Arrow, didn't watch it. The last like 3 seasons of Flash, didn't watch it. The last DC universe, didn't watch it.
If you're not craving to like, this kind of moves me to something else I want to talk about. If you're not like craving a show, and you don't like the real way to tell if you're not interested in a show is if you start it but don't finish it.
Yeah, it's and
like not just because like one episode you don't give it enough time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like people are like, oh, I watched the first 2 episodes, it's not good. But if it's like a 5 season thing and you watch the first season and then just stop, that's how you could tell the show is like it does not develop at all, or it's just the first season doesn't sell you, like just not great.
Yeah, it's like and it's just unfortunate when it's just like. You don't want shows to be obvious, and you want the writers to take risks and things like that. But like for example, like season 8 now, I think, of The Blacklist. Haven't watched it. I watched the first 7 seasons.
I
binged the first 7 seasons, or is it 6 and then whatever the latest one that's out now.
Yeah.
The way the finale ended in that show, it was just like, why? Like this doesn't make any sense, and I don't want to go and find out more because
I get that.
You know what I mean?
I watch fucking Euphoria, like Bear. I binged the first season.
Yep.
Euphoria is the big hype right now. It's the show, like it's everyone's going crazy, whatever. Obviously Zendaya is like crazy good in it, but like the supporting like the other actors are like. People talk about them if you know the show, but people just know Zendaya because she's on the cover, she's on the fucking everything. Like, she's the face of the show. I think I've never watched, like, Riverdale or, like, One Tree Hill or what was the one Drake was on? One Tree Hill.
Yes, I don't know. I didn't watch any of those.
Degrassi was Drake.
Yeah.
You know, like these like high school, like Teen Wolf or
never cared.
I was never like that. I never liked those shows. It's just not for me. A lot of people like love them. Vampire Diaries is another one. Like I don't know if that's like high school, but people like love that shit, right? So I could see sort of where it's coming from. This show doesn't even seem like one of those like sappy, like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like one of those. It's kind of like because of like they implement like drugs so much.
Yeah,
it reminds me so much more of like Breaking Bad than like Riverdale. You know what I mean? Because it's like she's like a mass, but they're not selling drugs. Obviously, it doesn't really like show like the distribution and shit like that. It just shows like the use and then like crackheads and shit like that. And she goes to like meetings and all this. But like overall, I think that. Again, the supporting cast is like fucked. Like they're so good. There's like a lot of drug awareness in the show, like pills especially, and then like weed they really just brush off because it's not really anything. It's just weed. Then there's like other like hardcore drugs that you see like druggies and crackhead and shit. Attends like Narcotics Anonymous meetings and with like all these like people from rehab and all this shit. So there's like a lot of, I'm telling you, it's like way more than just like the stupid teen gossip drama.
So what I was trying to say earlier, they like broke the mold, essentially, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Of the high school drama.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's like so much shit involved. I think like Drake is an executive, and Future is like an executive producer of the show. It's like kind of crazy. But yeah, I've been watching it, binging it recently. Has there been like a show where you've like actually like stuck through the whole way besides like the big name ones?
I want to say yes. I watch like anything. I'm gonna be honest. Like I'm very like, it is what it is. There are some shows again like I've just dropped. The Flash was like that for a while where it was literally bad, but like I still stuck through it. Or DC Legends of Tomorrow was not a very popular show at all.
Big sci-fi guy.
Supergirl was also not.
What the fuck is that?
Supergirl was just another part of that
realm,
that universe. And all like
sure. Yeah, DC, whatever.
Like the show wasn't great, but I continued to watch it until I stopped watching all of them.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Where it's just like, so yes, and even when it got like not great, like recently, like the Book of Boba Fett came out.
Yeah.
And like 7 episodes, and they were good episodes, good direction. It's just like
you watched them all.
Yeah, I watched them all.
I thought The Mandalorian was fantastic.
The Mandalorian was okay. Well, first and foremost, if you liked The Mandalorian, go watch the Book of Boba Fett.
Fuck.
Because no, it's not because it's like. It's literally just like Mandalorian Season 3, to be honest with you.
Really?
The Book of Boba Fett is a good show when it comes to Star Wars as a whole. If you liked the pace and the direction of Mandalorian, you're going to like it because, I mean...
Yeah, the pace isn't as fast in Mandalorian. It's very, like, you can go a whole episode without... Yeah, it's very...
But if you like that, as a Star Wars show, it was great.
Yeah.
As a show specifically about Boba Fett, not great.
You don't think so?
Because it wasn't just about Boba Fett. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a spoiler. This isn't a spoiler because it's in one of the episode titles.
Yeah.
Like The Mandalorian is in it, so like you would assume that anyway because you saw the Boba Fett.
Do they connect and shit?
Yeah. You saw Boba Fett in Mandalorian season 2, so you would expect him to come back anyways. Everybody was just predicting it, and then they came out with an episode title with literally called The Return of the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, this is cool. Then you see where you pick up where the Mandalorian story left off.
Yeah.
Right? But it also brings you back to, like, the beginning of the series shows you, and let me put it to you this way. Like, the Mandalorian timeline, I'm going to use that as a reference. The Mandalorian timeline comes up. Do you remember in Season 1 where Fennec, the assassin, tried to shoot at Mando?
Yeah.
Right? And then he leaves her for, like, that guy leaves her for dead?
Dead, yeah.
And then that random guy walks up and picks her up.
Oh, yeah.
That's Boba Fett.
Boba Fett's the random guy.
So you know that.
You don't see that guy's face.
No, you don't ever see that face. So, like, you'll see that in flashbacks.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So you'll see that kind of stuff. Whatever. And so you get to learn exactly, like, what happened to the point. And then the two timelines intersect at one point. And, like, then it tells you a different story. Or, like, a continuation of the story.
Yeah, it goes into the
sort. Yeah. That's why it's like, if you watched it, you may as well go watch it anyway because it continues.
Yeah. Star Wars, like... Is Star Wars like the greatest series of all time? Your opinion for sure, but like think practically.
I'm gonna say probably not. They're like
the only ones that come to mind, Matt. To be honest with you, not even just sci-fi, right? Is like
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter.
At one point, Game of Thrones. At one point,
not TV series.
Well, just I guess that would,
just film.
Okay, just film.
Yeah, just film.
All right.
Definitely Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and then The Godfather.
Yeah, I mean, there's
not even from a guy's perspective, but like The Godfather.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. There's really none. There's really none else.
But
obviously Marvel.
Yeah, like the Marvel stuff is great too.
Marvel's considered like, I guess that.
Yeah, if you look at Marvel from like an overhead view and look at all the storylines, it obviously.
Yeah, it's way better.
Yeah,
it's not even close.
It's just like what I appreciate Disney buying the two franchises is look what they did with Marvel. And then look what they're doing with Star Wars. They're creating that universe the same way.
Yeah.
At a different pace, but they're creating the universe at the same way through TV shows and everything of the sort. Because everything is like one and done, right?
Yeah. You know what you should check out? I don't know if I remember me. I was going through it a bit. Like website, but it's also an app called MasterClass.
Oh yeah, I know.
So sick. I did Bob Iger's course.
Did you?
Oh my god, it's so sick.
Expensive?
I share it with some. It's cheaper if you share it. I don't have it for long. It's actually is kind of expensive though. I don't remember. I think it's like $129 a month. It's fucked.
Yeah.
But like you just get it for like 2 months and then see you later. But Bob Iger goes into depth of like the acquisition of like Pixar and Disney and Lucasfilms and like all this shit, and it's like, oh my god, bro, like you don't even realize like where Disney was without Pixar.
Yeah.
Like they were in such a bad place, he was saying, and their animation level wasn't like advancing. Like it was good, but it wasn't like Pixar was like the big kahuna of animation, right? And then he spoke to Steve Jobs, and Jobs was on board eventually after speaking with him, blah, blah, blah. It's like you think of Disney as like this monster that's just like been so dominant like for so long, but you don't realize that like that business is just like there's some underlying shit that's just like you have no fucking idea. Like there's so much shit that like you have no idea. The same thing could probably be with like Apple and like Microsoft, but you just don't know.
Microsoft's just buying everything.
Yeah.
And for the gaming industry, Microsoft bought Bethesda. Yeah. Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, which is absolutely massive. But for like billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like it's not like cheap. It's billions of dollars. Like their last acquisition was what, $60.8 billion or something.
Yeah.
That's huge fucked. Money. It's huge. Like it's massive. Like these companies.
If you think about it, bro, like think about all like the magnitude of that money and how like just a fraction could change like 1 million people's lives.
More.
A fraction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
It could change like literally what's there 7.2 billion people on the planet, 7.4 something like that. If you gave everybody it's a little bit of a stretch because I was thinking like, okay, you give everybody $1 million, it's like
we're gonna talk about economics now, or
no.
You don't want to talk about economics?
Fuck economics.
To tell you as to why that's an awful idea.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly why. But fuck that. But I'm trying to think of like the scale, the magnitude. I'm not a big economics fiend, so I don't know shit.
I'm not an expert either. Just
No, I'm definitely not an expert. But like I was saying, Bob Iger was a good one. Martin Scorsese was a good one on that one. Spike Lee. Like there's a bunch of like really really dope ones. There's like Gordon Ramsay, like all
Gordon Ramsay has two of them.
Yeah,
Lewis Hamilton has one based on winning. The winning mindset. Fucked. Yeah.
But a lot of it's not like technical. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it's not really like technical knowledge. It's more like experience. Yeah, it's like really based off like experiences. Mm-hmm. And they don't give you like, okay, like you train this many times a day, like you know what I mean, like you cook exactly like this and this and that, and like they don't give you like recipes and shit. Yeah. It's very like sort of like spiritual. It's like based off experience and based off of like what they've like come to know as good and bad and the way they do it and shit like that. It's a sick like platform. Again, it's like super expensive, but it's sick. It's such a sick platform to like learn from like literally the legends. It's like Michael Jordan to teach you fucking basketball.
They teach you their mindsets. That's what they teach you. They want to share their experience with you. Obviously, that comes at a high cost, but like, you can't find that from just the average person, right? Yeah. If I were to go take golf lessons from Tiger Woods versus, the guy over at my local course, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
you know what bothers me a little bit? That I wish that there was like a fitness one like that. You know what I mean? Because fitness, I feel like there's always like some incentive. Because fitness isn't like a really like high gross, like when you're like a fitness guru, there's not really like such a high income compared to like a tech guru that's like a monster. You know what I mean? Like there's such like a limit for like fitness people. Like you become bodybuilder, you like sell like shit online and supplements and clothing line and all this bullshit. But like there's always like a limit, like a cap for like fitness gurus and fitness influencers. That's why I think that most of the time, I don't know if you noticed, but like when you go to like when you look for like guidance from like a guru, like a fitness influencer, it's always like someone in like influenced by like their merch or like their supplements or like their gym membership and like, you know what I mean, like some way their promo codes and all, you know what I mean.
Fitness social media is about 99% bullshit at this point.
At least social media for sure.
Social media fitness accounts where it's like, I'm doing all these things and I'm doing this and let's spot burn fat and let's do this and let's train abs and bullshit.
Even like personal trainers, man.
And that's the problem too, and I was actually talking to my cousin who's a personal trainer about this now, and he's all for no bullshit training, right? Because there's things that work, there's things that don't work, and then there's things that make you think that they work, but they actually don't like they don't help you. And so, and you can see that, we've put things to the test where it's like muscle training when it comes to, you know, training chest a certain way versus the social media way, it doesn't work. Yeah. It makes your chest burn, but it doesn't actually work. You're stuck at the same weights and whatnot and whatever. So I've gone through a little bit of that practical theory with that. And when it comes to looking at, and this is, listen, if you're watching this, pay attention to what you're consuming, especially when it comes to fitness, right? Yeah.
Supplements.
It's awful. It's absolutely awful, right? Yeah. Like, you know, people are going to tell you that you need to take all these supplements because they're sponsored by the brand.
Pills and
Can I be honest with you? The only supplements that you can take if you want, you really don't need, but they'll benefit you, is protein that's not gross. And I mean gross by, like, you know, artificial everything. And then creatine.
And, like,
that's about it. Pre-workout helps. You don't need it. BCAAs don't help. You don't need it. You'll get...
there's, like... I feel like there's... Eventually it becomes a science where... Because I've watched, like, a lot of, like, fitness, like... Not ones that are, like, sponsored. Like actual bodybuilders, like... what's it called? Like Brian Shaw.
And Chris Bumstead and...
Yeah, like Hathor Bjornsson and Eddie Hall. And I've watched, like, a lot of their content, and a lot of it's been, like... They take stuff according to their body.
100%.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they take... Eventually, it becomes such a science that you know what you need to take.
But at that point, for them, they're training every single day. For example, like The Rock, he's not... Obviously, he's on some steroids and everything like that. But the steroids aren't just, like, the key to him being absolutely massive. He worked hard for that. He trains twice a day. He has personal chefs and stuff that cook for him, right? That kind of stuff, it will influence their lifestyle in a positive way, but it's not going to work for anyone else but that person. Yeah. That's the way it is.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's kind of shit to know that, like, you can't really, like... There's obviously people that help you and shit, but, like, actual, like, influencers that are no bullshit, not trying to sell you anything, just fucking do this.
Did you hear about that fitness influencer down in Texas?
No.
Okay, so I don't know why you're laughing. Like, this is an awful story. Okay, so apparently the state of Texas is suing this influencer because she's scamming women with eating disorders.
Like, trying to get them to bulk?
So no. So apparently, she's been selling them custom plans like every other fitness influencer does, right? Selling them custom plans, eating plans, workout plans, et cetera, all the whole thing. And apparently she promised them personalized, like, one-on-one sessions. Hasn't given them, gave, like, a general plan out, and then hasn't done anything since. And so a bunch of these women are like, what the fuck? And so now apparently the state of Texas is suing her.
Oh, shit.
The whole thing. Yeah, I don't know. But
I don't know if the state can sue you.
Yeah, they can. Why can't they?
No, I'm saying I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know they could.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched... like on TikTok and YouTube and shit, the Liver King?
The Liver King?
Yeah.
No.
Don't tell me no, Matt.
Maybe.
You've never seen him? Okay, wait. Before you look him up, the Liver King on TikTok.
Okay.
And other social platforms. The Liver King is the most Neanderthalic, if that's a word, the most Neanderthalic human on the planet. If Neanderthalic is a word, I look it up.
Okay.
That guy, to me, is literally stuck in like 1000 BC. Like just 1000, just like 5000 BC. Just like nothing exists. No fucking...
Oh, this guy.
You seen that guy?
Yeah, I saw him. I like literally one of the first times I've seen his videos was earlier today.
That is the leanest gentleman I've ever seen in my life. Look at his pecs.
Yeah, they're absolutely massive.
That is tight fucking package right there.
So the video I literally saw from him today was he's like, oh, there's a wild boar over there. Let's go hunt it. And then started running at it.
Yeah.
What?
Like this, like you don't have to do that.
No,
like you don't. You could just go. Yeah.
There's a store.
No, it actually makes me sick. It makes me sick. Like just thinking about it. Like, you know, I was a vegetarian and all that shit. His lifestyle makes me sick. I would never be able to eat like that. It's very similar to like what's that one called? It's not paleo. It's like Mediterranean fucking.
Or like a just a really heavy carnivorous diet.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like carnivorous, whatever.
Now, look, I understand. There's like I love meat next to when I want a meal, like a full meal, I want, you know, meat, protein, veg.
Yeah, veg is thing. It's good culinary. Yeah.
That's the way I like eating, just personally. Even before culinary, like just the way I've always eaten, and like just people who eat straight meat, gotta have like something. My kidneys are just gonna explode.
Bro, he has like, you know, it's not even just like, oh yeah, I shot this or I killed this cow, or I killed this boar, and we're having steak, and we're having this, I'm chopping up the meat, and whatever. Bro, he'll be like he'll kill something. I can't remember which one I was watching, what he killed, boar or something. He's like, I got this nice fresh liver here. He's like, I got the bone marrow. He's like, I got a heart that was just beaten 20 minutes ago, that was pumping blood 10 minutes ago. He's like, that we're gonna devour. I got all this bone marrow, this femur, this large bone, this brain. Like
it's not even like that. Like when mass production, there's smaller production farms, bigger production. It doesn't matter. When they kill animals, they don't eat it. They don't they don't start processing until like they bleed out the animal first. Like
I don't know how it works. I don't want to know how it works.
What you're describing is like the most like Neanderthal thing I've ever heard in my life.
Literally, that's kind of psycho. Like that gives off psychopathic killer vibes, bro.
Like if you look at like a farm that's sustainable, you know, they treat their animals humanely and all that kind of stuff. Even plants that really don't, when they should, they don't just chop them up, and they don't do that. That's just not how it works. Like it just, what you're describing and whatever is just like, oh my god, like that's just nuts. Have you ever eaten liver and that kind of stuff?
No, liver's a hard no. None of that, no.
I was in my quick story. Not. I was in my butchery class, and it was 11 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever. Every week was the same thing, and I specifically remember week 6 was cornbread, or not cornbread. There's a term for it. It sounds sweetbread. Sweet bread. Yeah, it was sweetbread, liver, but it's not sweetbread, Matt. Like that's like a term for like intestines. And that kind of stuff. Like that, the liver, the heart, that kind of stuff. So I'm like, I have to force myself to try it once.
Fuck, it's leaving a bad taste in my mouth just thinking about it.
I want you to, even just like the smell by the end was bothering me a little bit. I was fine. I was completely fine. I'm like chilling. I can work with this, you know, whatever. Don't care about that. But I'm like, I'm not at all hungry at this point. Like, I'm halfway through the day. Like, I can. I'm telling you,
when it's like so many different things like that. Like, if you're eating like the fucking bone marrow and all this shit, like, I get it. Bone marrow's good. Yeah, I get it. Pretty good. But when you're eating them all together,
no,
that's psychopathic kill. That's cannibalistic vibes, bro. I know it's not a human, but like, what's going on? You're enjoying this a little too much. You know what I mean?
We were talking about last week. We make sausage. My grandparents, I don't know. He puts just a little bit of liver in the sausages, but it's with other meats. And honestly, the liver sausage he makes, absolutely fantastic. I grew up eating that kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you, Matt, when I put that piece of straight liver in my mouth, I cooked it. I cooked and seasoned it myself. So I'm the one who, this was supposed to taste delicious. Did not. I could not get.
Isn't it bitter?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm trying to make myself forget what it tasted like, but I can never make myself forget.
It's probably bitter. I think it is.
It's not really bitter. It's just like...
Ooh, Jello? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, like, it's not...
Oh, my God. Not good. Oh, my God. This is blood Jello. Oh, my God.
It's not good, and it just...
No, I can't. I wouldn't be able to. Like, you know me. I wouldn't be able to, like...
I've tried. I really wanted to at least be like, I went to class, I tried it, I did all that kind of stuff. I experienced it. And now I can say that I absolutely despise it. I knew I despised it before.
Yeah.
And I would never have done it if I wasn't in that setting. If I went to a restaurant, absolutely not. I had to spend money on that.
Yeah, no. I have to.
Get out of here.
No, but like we have like stuff with like pigs and other shit.
Yeah, of course.
Like sausage and all that bullshit. But it has to, like, for me to willingly like chop up a piece of liver, like myself, and eat that.
No.
Yeah, that's a big no for me.
It's
to the Liver King. Try a salad. They're great. You can get a good one. It doesn't always have to be the fucking intestines and the gallbladder of the cow. I don't even know if cows have gallbladders, but like...
I'm going to leave it on a good note. There's a shawarma place that opened up next to my house. Like, literally in one of the plot. Like, about 2-3 minutes. The greatest place I've ever had in my life. Okay? I'm not gonna...
Shawarma?
It was a shawarma place.
Like chicken shawarma, or do you have like a...
It was a chicken shawarma, and like, it was just fantastic. It was great. I'm going to leave you on that memory there.
Awesome.
Because,
that's awesome.
Because liver. But it's fine.
Because liver. But, Liver King. Try a salad. They're great. Doesn't have to be a full carcass every time.
Salad.
Anything.
So delicious.
That's it for episode 43.
Caprese salad.
Your mother's salad.
Oh, your mom does make a good salad.
I know. I've had it before.
You've had one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's it for episode 43. Matt, thank you.
Thank you, Matt, for having me.
If you're watching this on YouTube, check out the links in the description, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. If you're listening to this, check out the podcast in full video on YouTube. That's it for us. That was episode 43. Keep up to date on all of our reels and TikToks. And we refreshed your feed so you didn't have to. Peace out.
Take care.
Look. I could definitely smack your shit up right now. It's kind of sick. Wait, okay, ready? You're gonna go right, and I'm gonna go left. Wait, no, hold on.
This is my left.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go like this, and you're gonna go the other way.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it looks so good. It actually looks amazing.